All right. It is. If he wants to, he more than welcome. It's Sunday night, 7:30-ish, man. We are back live in the man cave. I am Coach Barnes. We got the All-State coach. What's going on with you, coach?
What's up, Cole? How you doing?
Hey, man, we appreciate it, man. We glad to have you back. Still praying for you and the fam, man.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. It's been
Yes,
an
sir. Yes.
emotional week.
Yeah, no, it's been tough for you, coach. And we still lift you up. We know that, you know, God makes no mistakes, but we have questions, but we know He don't make no mistakes. So, but we got you. And PG, I'll say PG, probably won't be here tonight. He got a prior obligation with the ladies of taken by surprise. So, show must go on. So we may have a guest jump in here that we don't know, but we're gonna go on with things anyway. Happy Sunday to you all. We had a full week, interesting week in basketball. So we'll talk about. But before we get to that, Coach, I don't know if you got anything in the coach's corner. If you do,
Coach, I've seen an interesting take. Like we've been talking about the evolution of basketball from, people having more skill now than they did back in the day, um, and everything. And Coach, I don't think basketball is in a better place. I really don't than it was, 80s, 90s, early 2000s. Because think about this thought, right? So Steph Curry has changed. He has made an impact where he's changed the game. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's shooting the three ball, right?
right?
And it's, I won't say, I'm not saying that it's not an important shot, but it is a shot that can make you or break you if you shoot the ball well. The thing is, coach, in the game now, high school, college, and the pro, coach, we're shooting more threes, right? But we are not averaging more points per game. So having having these more skilled players where you can see people that were may have been bigs coming through the 80s and 90s, but yet they play like guards, but everybody's shooting a three. But like I said, the points per game haven't really went up. It's probably down. So what is that actually saying about the game right now?
Do you have to be skilled to shoot a 3-pointer?
No, you
Because we
don't.
hear we hear a lot about that, even on here, like it's so much more skill nowadays than back in the day. But like to your point, okay, what is that skill amounting to? And then when you watch the game, like I guess they were interviewing LeBron James because you see how they're changing the format for the NBA All Star game again, and he was saying something, and then I saw something about that, and I didn't know this. I'm sure you. I don't really follow pro basketball until like after like Christmas, because to me, I don't think. I mean, really to the playoffs, and I don't think they play for real. So I prefer college where they actually. I feel like they play for real. But they say that the viewership is down like at an all time low for the NBA. Like people not watching the game no more. And I know LeBron said something about they rely too much on threes. He used some explicit language with it. But we relying on these threes, but first of all, we making them. And then second of all, do you have to have skill to come down and shoot three? I mean, we say they're more skilled, but are we seeing the skill? I mean, you can run some cone drills, you can run some, you can look good on a video, but is it translating to the game? To your point, to where we getting a better quality product? I mean, we're gonna talk about top 25 here in a little bit, and here in Polk County, by and large, are not we've not been impressive the first half of the year. The first half of the year is done, and the skill, to your point, should be amounting to something, right? So I'm with you, coach. It's like I see when I watch high school, like the Polk County games that I be seeing, I see a lot of 3-pointers. I don't see a lot of offense. I don't see a lot of set plays, but I do see a lot of threes going up. And anybody can come down and jack a three. You swing the ball to me and it's going up. I don't think you got to have no skill to do that. But I do think that there is, I don't want to say problem, but there is cause. I know you was like last year. You had raised the red flags early in the year. I haven't heard you raise it yet now, but it sounds like you may be kind of swinging that way. But
Coach, I've been on it. I just didn't want to say it. I was trying to be hopeful.
Okay, you was trying not to be your normal self. I get it. I get a kinder coach.
I'm trying to be, Coach. I'm trying to be. It's been tough though, but
they're not helping. They're not helping your
they're
case.
not helping the situation, Coach. When you posted that today,
yeah,
I wanted to turn my screen off, and we wasn't.
We wasn't even on. I told you. I say I know the prediction for the screen is gonna be black, but we gotta rank them, Coach. But it's like it's. And is that parity? I mean, could we say it's parity? I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, that's what I'm saying, PC Gridiron. We hear skill. Y'all was just tough. Y'all was tough back then. Y'all played football back then. But the teams was winning back then. So it had to be a method to the madness. You had strategy. Okay, this is my game plan. I'm struggling in some games, some nights when I'm everybody go live. So it's at least 3-4 times a week. I can watch a game just sitting home on because people going live. Thank God for that. But it's like I'm struggling to see strategy. What's the game plan? Like, what are you trying? Are you trying to the people weak with ball handlers? Are you pressing them? You trapping them? Do you got advantage inside? So you getting the ball? I struggle to see. Okay, I'm trying to figure out what you doing to try to beat people.
Coach, I got an NBA stat for you. Right, Boston Celtics coming off a championship. Right, Coach, they are averaging 51 threes a game. 51 threes a game.
Come on, 51, Coach.
51, Coach. That is a possibility. If they made all of them, that's 150 points, Coach. We're not counting twos, none of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, and they're averaging right now about 119 a game.
And I think me and Tuma talked about this. I think we talked about it in one of our group chats. Barto. Boston is all or nothing, Coach. If they hitting them, like you said, they hitting them threes, they literally will run you out the gym in the first quarter. But if they hitting them, there's no in between. They either gonna wear you out or you gonna wear them out because it's like there's nothing else. And that's a pro team.
It's a pro team. The top 5 teams: Minnesota averaged 40 a game, Golden State averaged 41 a game, Charlotte Hornets averaged 42 threes a game, Chicago averaged 43 a game. But yet, like I said, we always talking about how today's players are more skilled, they're better, whatever. But I don't see these averages going up as far as points per game. Like, they're shooting them, but they're not hitting them.
So are you really a sniper per se? If you shooting them, like you said, but you shooting blanks, you ain't hitting them.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you miss a three. Then there's no transition defense because you're sitting there waiting. You got your hand up, waiting to see if it goes through the hoop. Come on, Coach. You ain't got the backside guy getting back on defense. It's just little stuff I see, Coach, and I'm just like, man, the coach in me, like, Lord, I'm you got me where you want to have me at, but it's like I'm seeing teams getting 8 to 10 points just off of bad offense, quick shots, black hole. You sitting there taking a picture and nobody rotate It's crazy, man. I just like
I said, Coach, it don't trickle down all the way down to the high school game, and I hate to see it because that's all people are doing. You don't like the mid range is. I won't say it's non-existent, but it's not a lot of it. You don't see a lot of dribble pull-ups. You know what I'm saying? You usually see people shooting threes or trying to dunk or whatever. But that mid-range game is
man,
just not as popular.
Coach, I saw a stat that was crazy to me a little while ago. Victor Wemby, Wemby at this point in his career has made more threes than I think it said Steph Curry. It was like elite people, like 5 elite people. He had already made more threes than at this point in his career. And then they were saying, and he also has like, I think he had like, made like 394 threes. I think it said something like that. Like the number could be off, but he got like 300 blocks also at this point. So it's like he the first player to have that many threes and that many blocks at this point in his career. But he's like he was ahead of Curry. They stuck out of course, but it was like some legit scores on there that at this point in his career but I guess that's great in one sense, but you 7-1 taking that many threes. But to PC Gridiron case, it's death to the big man, right? So we don't have no bigs in Polk County. Like what team has a traditional big? Can we say? I mean, I guess Victory with the big kid, the big Iron kid, and then Gall. I guess when he healthy. But we ain't really got no. If you look at Discovery, they don't have a
maybe Axel.
Maybe Axel. Acevedo, the only kid that's you can say he's a big, right? That's right now. And Coach Star, that's what it is. It's just I come down, you swing it to me first. Coach, when the last time, this is just me. When the last time you seen ball reversal? You come down, you start the offense on the left side of the floor. You see what you got. You don't have post. You got flash at the high post. I don't even know last time I saw post flash at the high post. And I could be, dating myself. But then the ball swings back up to the top of the key, and we reverse the ball to the opposite side and try the same action, scissor cuts. It's like stuff like that coach that used to get you 8-10 baskets a night. People don't do that. You swing it to the left. I might look inside. I might. But if I feel it, Coach, I felt it, Coach. And it's going up. I don't. But then we'll get beat by teams that probably are not as skilled as us, not as athletic, because they running sets, Coach. They running offense, and they getting guys shots where they want guys to get shots at, and they taking advantage of us, taking bad shots. Taking pictures while we're taking bad shots. Just simple basketball. People ain't just lining up and just like whooping us. They just playing basketball the way that I guess it was back in the day when it wasn't no skill, and we was doing the stuff to beat people that now is getting us beat. That's what I see. But we're skilled. We're more skilled now. We're more skilled. But we're getting beat with that skill.
This is what I preach to my girls. Like, and you'll hit shots better if you get a post touch. You know what I'm saying? Play inside out. Even if they don't, post move or whatever, but if that ball go inside out, or if it's some type of dribble penetration and kick, or like you say, ball reversal or skip pass, Coach, you got to create good shots. And what I see is horrible shot selection at the high school level right now, Coach. They take really, really bad shots. And I don't think the coaches are actually teaching that. I don't want to say they're really allowing that, but at the same time, when it happens, I don't see it addressed properly either. So maybe you kind of encouraging these bad shots if you continue to allow them to do it and not really saying anything or sitting them down. You know what I'm saying?
Man, that video I showed you and what's the bet? What did about the the legendary Bobby Knight say? What's the best butt? And he of course he said a lot different. Butt to chair his butt. That's you want to go out there with all that stuff. I mean, but coach, it's like, and I think sometimes what we get this, I know we on the talk coaching thing, but sometimes we think that when somebody say you want the ball to touch the post, there's got to be a post guy. Like you said, it could be a dribble drive into the post, you drive the defense, and then you kick it out for the three. It's different ways you can get post touches, but it's like we always think that it's got to be a guy. Now it's great if you got one. If you got a Bradley down there, Chris Perry, that you're gonna wear people out, but you don't have to have that to get post touches.
But think about it, coach. Think about the better NBA players. A lot of times, Jordan caught the ball on the post, especially around the elbow area. Kobe caught the ball on the post, especially around the elbow area. There go my boy.
I forgot about the show.
Man, this guy here, man. This guy
he got the camo jacket on.
My boy got everything going at once, man. Everything is moving.
Christmas party, man. I forgot all about the show, dog. We at the Christmas party tonight.
Hey, we understand, man. You fish at you topping in, man. You got to tap out, tell the girls Merry Christmas and all that, man. So, we just talking basketball right now, man. About old school basketball. We don't get no more about post touches. We don't about people just coming out and just jacking threes now. It ain't nobody really running no offense and wonder why we getting beat. It's just hard to watch high school basketball because we won't.
So is it the coach's fault or the kids?
Both.
Yeah, I was gonna say I would assume I would say it's both of them fault because that's the transition of the NBA game and that's why the ratings are down so much. Because the game is played so bad. So, like, even now, you see it on that end. Like, everybody's saying instead of shooting the 2, they'd rather shoot the 3. And it's just killing basketball.
It's killing basketball. And the stat that I gave on Toomer is that Boston Celtics are averaging 51 threes a game, bro. But they're not averaging more points a game.
Yeah, dog. 51.3 a game?
51. It's 5 teams in the NBA averaging 40 or more threes a game.
That's insane, fellas.
And the thing on it, they ain't hitting them, coach. And that's my thing. Like what I'm saying, bro. Like you got guys, we come down and we just shoot the 3, and if we shoot it, we got to hold our hand up and look at it. Look at it. So then what ain't happening is we ain't got nobody bite side rotating back on defense. So you shoot a bad 3. You giving up a layup because we had no transition defense. I watch games, coach, where I see 6 to 8 points where cats just getting breakaways cause bad shots, nobody getting back on defense. It's just like simple basketball that they used to say that we did was winning. That wasn't real basketball, but we was winning.
Is it happening in Polk County?
In Polk County, it's epidemic. When the last time you watched a game where you looked like somebody had a game plan? Like when somebody had a game plan, like, okay, you can see this way. Now I understand we've talked about this. Coach say, all right, this is what we're gonna do, and then the kids go out there and do what they want to do. But by and large, to me, you can kind of tell if
it's like they're training the kids to play that system. And I knew it was a transition when Coach Williams came to Lakeland for that like a little shootout during the summer one time, and all I saw was his team doing it, and he was like, "This is a new way of playing basketball." So and I mean they weren't making none of them either. They was just letting them go. That's kind of sad. Yeah. So ain't no kids with pull up games no more.
No pull up game, coach. Nope.
That's a bad shot now.
I don't see how.
No, I'm saying that's what is considered a bad shot.
I don't see
mid range is a bad shot. Yeah.
Who is teaching that? Like who?
You ain't getting a dunk. Not teaching you ain't getting a dunk or a 3-point. It's a bad shot. It's a bad look.
Who started that 3-point? Patino, man. Patino started the 3. Live by it, die by it.
Man, I just think it's bad for the game, bro. And like you said, it's now killing NBA ratings. and now it's just terrible basketball coming all the way down to the high school level.
Yeah.
Cause the thing of it is, when have we? I mean, Golden State. Did Golden State start it?
No, Kentucky started with that powerhouse team they had in 90 was that 95, 96 with Derek Anderson and Ron Mercer, Walker,
Antoine Walker,
Tony Delp. All them guys. That's who started it. If you really think about it, it just what they were doing back then is what basketball is right now. When you talk Boston Celtics,
and what's that?
The three, they live by the three ball. That's all they play defense though, but they live by the three ball.
Coach is so bad now. As soon as they walk in the gym, that's the first shot they taking. Ain't no warm up.
Ain't no finger roll and no finger roll warm up. None of that. Ain't no putting it in the rim. None of that.
None of that. No form shooting. No nothing.
So Golden State and Boston have made it. Cause you remember, I think that was me and you, PG, talking one time.
Golden State runs a triangle offense though, bro. So they don't. I don't say Golden State lives by it because they just got two great. They had two great shooters. But you think about their system, the style they play with that triangle that Steve Kerr implemented for them. They getting back those. They playing basketball. They just got two guys that can
too at that high post.
They touch the ball, bro. I think people just forget that they got two of the best shooters, two of the top 10 best shooters that ever played the game on the same team. So they look at Curry and Klay Thompson at the time. It's like, oh, they just jacking threes. That wasn't the case for Golden State. Golden State beat you in every way possible, man. They just knew how to get open.
Yeah, and they played it good enough. Like you said, I used to say they didn't beat you with their first five. They beat you with their 6 through 10 because at some point you got to go to your bench, and their bench was so good. Yeah,
Livingston played mid-range basketball.
He did.
Yeah, Golden State wasn't a 3-point shooting team.
Well, Boston, if they ain't hitting them, they either go
Boston
by 30 or lose by 30.
Yeah, Boston been like that the last 3 years, and that's why they lost to Golden State. And that's why they lost to Miami the year, but after that, but Miami blew them out. They couldn't make the 3-ball.
So,
but my thing is, okay, like high school right now, if it's not working, why continue to lay on that sword? Why continue to do that?
That's a great question.
Is it what's insanity? What's it? Hey, we all know what insanity is, right?
Yeah, you do the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result.
So this is my thing, Coach. It's not easy, in my opinion, to go out and shoot threes. So is it, to Coach Starr's point? We just in practice. We ain't working in practice. So you just go out there and throw some threes up in the game. So I mean, it's easy if you ain't working offense. If you ain't working on that stuff in practice, it ain't gonna show up in the game, right?
I agree.
I mean, that's where we at, because
the state championship, the team that win the state are not doing that though. That's what's crazy.
I'm gonna tell you, I watched, and I put it in the group. I watched Columbus play, and I watched Montverde play. Them people got the best players in the country, and they running offense. Like, they running stuff like Montverde for that Ingram kid that's going to Florida, and then the Allen kid going to Villanova, because they running some sets for them guys. Like, they running motion stuff. They getting them they getting them in positions to score, and of course they doing the rest, but they ain't just coming out here jacking stuff. And they top 5, 2, 3 teams in the country, and they running offense. I mean, running sets, coach, like nice stuff. I mean, and they don't have to run sets. They can out athlete you because they got the best in the country. They wanted to, but they coming in, they running stuff. They 2-3 passes, coach.
Because you just want to get the best shot possible. You know what I'm saying? If you run that and you run it and get an open three, that's fine. But we not settling for that. These kids and these teams are settling for bad shots behind the 3-point line. They just jacking anything and everything. You know what I'm saying? And like you said, what are you doing in practice? What are you doing in practice that's gonna allow me to allow you to take this shot? And we had this conversation with our girls the other day. I was like, in college, they track these shots in practice. You know what I'm saying? So therefore, it's gonna give you the green light, or it's not gonna give you. You can't take this shot in the game if you're not hitting this shot at a high percentage in practice. You know what I'm saying? So
how many threes? 2 minute threes per game when you're not making them.
I mean,
when you're not making them.
I mean, Coach Shea, when you got top tier players, I get it, but they still running offense. Though is my point. They running the offense. They run.
Hold on, man. Hold on. Did he mean to put that like when you have top tier players, you run sets? So when you don't have top tier players, you just shoot the 3 ball?
No, I don't think he implying that. I hope
this
not.
This the second part of what he wrote.
Oh, so what? If they only can go right, half the team can only go right or left. You shoot the 3 ball. You run sets.
We run all the sets to the left side or the right side.
That's like me playing Hard Rock and getting close to winning every week and can't win a dime. Just steady losing.
No, messed up my
I'm gonna keep betting. Partly, I'm gonna keep picking these teams, man. You never gonna win. Y'all gonna keep shooting the threes and gonna keep getting sorry.
I just it's a Shay say no, that ain't what he's saying. My point of it is, at that level, you could understand if they did the ISO hero ball because of the talent, the level of player they got. But even them people are running offense. I guess that's the point I'm making. Like, they're running sets. Like, they are running. They moving without the ball. Like you said, they bite no cutting. It's like they running a motion offense. It's just like basketball the way y'all taught it, the way y'all learned it, the way you played it, and it was successful. It was. So my thing is, when did we decide that style of play didn't work when it's been working? Because we got people hanging banners in multiple gyms in Polk County for playing that type of basketball, and all of a sudden there was a shift that we have less teams playing it. We had the majority of Polk County teams playing that, because you knew you're going to have to go out there and you're going to have to defend some people. Mm-hmm. People are going to be running good stuff. People's going to be guarding you. You're going to have to have 3 or 4 different things to beat people in the county. You had to strategize and game plan no matter who you was playing. And that was the beauty of it. I knew if I'm playing Lake Wells, man, I got to have two or three options. I know this first option, they've been working all week to take away this first option. Mm-hmm. I know I'm going to run it, but I know there's a good chance it ain't going to work. So I got to have some other stuff. Like, I just don't see that. Like, we went from a shift to strategy and game planning and having multiple situations because we knew that's what we were going to be getting from the other sideline. Tonight, we just, like you said, we just come out there and I got more athletes. We can dunk. We can dunk at the layup line, and we gonna shoot threes. But is that winning games? I don't, and I don't know if I'm dating myself, but
facts. And Mike said something about Princeton offenses and flex offenses. What I learned, especially on the travel ball circuit, I love playing against teams from Kentucky, Indiana, Ohio area, because they wasn't more athletic than us, but they always ran great stuff. And I just feel if we adopt those type of offenses and principles with the athletes that we have, only thing we can do as coaches is put them in a situation where they get a good shot. We can't make it for them, but you just want to get good shots out of your offense. That's why we went to a Princeton style offense. We run the Princeton Chin and we run the point series. But I had to go study that stuff. I had to go to clinics. I talked to certain people. People sent me clips. Coaches, it's not easy, but it had to take work on our end. But as a coach, you got to put your kids in a successful position to get good shots. And then also, everybody wonder why we play defense the way we do. It's because I want to get more shot attempts than you. If we're shooting all these shots and we're not making them, at least I'm gonna give myself a chance by getting more shot attempts than you by creating that through my defense.
And at the end of the day, like you said, you just trying to get the best. You running offense to get the best shot, right?
That's it.
And nobody ever said a 3-point ain't the best shot. We running offense to get the best shot. And we drive and kick, and the corner three is the best shot. That's the best shot. We just talking about that come down and it's a black hole. Once I get it, it's going up. That ain't no offense.
No.
You done build the defense out. Defense ain't had the guard. They had the shit. You ain't had the. They had to play help side. You ain't seen if they gonna trap. You know, you ain't made them. You ain't move the defense or nothing. They just come down, stand. You shoot. They go back down and play offense. So it's like you wear yourself out. Then you go down there. You got to guard people for 10, 15 seconds, and they don't guard you for 2 seconds. The math ain't mapping, and then
it's not showing up in the points per game. But yeah, y'all are more skilled.
We're not scoring worth nothing.
Y'all are more skilled now than we were. You know what I'm saying? But yet,
man,
we're not producing more than we were.
What do we know? What do we know? I'm gonna put this up there, but I don't know if this was discipline. But you know, what you knew about 2 things you knew about Kathleen back in the day, right? They were gonna run and they were gonna run flex offense, and if they got up by 2 points on you.
With Drew?
With Drew. They was going with that damn triangle 4 corners offense. The worst, but he won games. That was terrible. But he won. So what? But was it terrible if he was winning games? Now, what the squad he had? If you talk to them guys, they was winning. But you knew what you was getting. You knew you couldn't get behind on them because you knew he was going to take the out the ball. You had to. He take the out the ball in the second quarter. And you couldn't turn him over because he had all the good guards that could. They didn't. He had guards that wouldn't turn the ball over, so you couldn't pressure him. You couldn't. So if it was so effective because you got Bradley, you got Miguel, you got Idell, you got Cheese, you got Mike. You can't turn them over. So you got 5 guys. You just spread the flow. It was horrible to coach against, but it was effective. Mm-hmm. And they got into the championship twice, right? With that match.
If you remember, Coach, back in the 80s, right? Miami High ran that against y'all in the championship game, and it was hard to defend.
You can't defend that mess, Coach. You can't. But it's a strategy. It's a game plan. Whether you like it or not, I just struggle to see game plans nowadays. You know, just whatever your game plan is, what is it? I guess that's my thing. What is it? And so. Then we look
what do you think what makes a good basketball team? Like we say them Kathleen teams because they had good guards. Do they have good basketball players? Like you look at like the different teams we've seen be successful doing different things, is because they have good basketball players or they have good athletes. So Billy D, what would you consider 2012?
I think we had both. And I was able to put them in successful positions to use their skills. You know what I'm saying? We had good athletes for sure. You know what I'm saying? I had a bunch of football players, but I also had some basketball players too. And we made it work. You know what I'm saying?
So these Winter Haven teams that just went to state 3 years in a row, would you consider those athlete or good basketball?
I think there will be more so good basketball players.
Good basketball, because I look at the Bartow teams that won it back to back, and I say they had some good basketball players.
They did, but they had athletes too, and they had their role players were tough. You know what I'm saying? They had those blue collar workers that are come in there, rebound, come in there and play D. They willing to sacrifice on the defensive end and let those other kids that were good offensively do their thing on the offensive end. Because just think about their role players that contributed very high, like Lowry, Amarion, Josh. You know what I'm saying? I don't think people talk about them kids enough. You know what I'm saying? Everybody just mention Walt. But those other kids was just, they contributed just as much and made those teams important. Walt took them over the edge where there was a championship team. But those other kids put in work where, like I said, they're not getting highlighted or given their flowers enough. But you got to have that on your team too in order to win. Like I said, Polk County, when it comes to championship teams, all of them were good defensively. All of them.
Do we have a good enough team defensively right now in Polk County
to win it? No.
Yes.
No.
And to your point about Winter Haven, I thought Winter Haven had some great basketball players. I thought JP was the
high IQ,
cerebral, highest IQ kid I don't see in a long time. Isaac was a high IQ kid. KJ came in. KJ know basketball. The James kid was I mean, they had basketball players. They had high IQ guys, and it got them to the to the dance multiple times. So good discussion, man. A thing came out this week. Tell you what's y'all take on about the new ruling about JUCO, where a kid can go to JUCO and not lose any eligibility for.
So this is my take on it. They're basically telling high school kids go junior college because the transfer portal is going to eliminate you from getting those offers that are possible for you. If you think about it, they're giving you 2 years of eligibility that won't waste your 4 years. And the way the transfer portal is, how big the transfer portal is now, and how coaches are really telling us on these podcasts, etc., that they don't even want to recruit high school kids anymore. It's just opening that door to give them the opportunity to develop, to be more prepared. Because, like, coaches going to stop recruiting high school kids unless you're a 5-star that can come in and play immediately. Why recruit you?
Coach, we was looking last night. I was watching the Ohio State game, and the Jeremiah Smith kid. Coach, I kept telling my people that he was in high school last year, and he looks like he been in college. He a grown man. So that kid. This ain't gonna, like you said, to your point, it ain't gonna affect
5-star. Yeah, he's 5-star. He's a 5-star kid.
But also, when you're looking at football, they're going in January. So they get in the weight program right away. Yep. They also get a spring up under them to help prepare them. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna kill the high school kid. And my thing is, in high school, you can't be that choosy. If a school is recruiting you better take it serious. You know what I'm saying? Because if not, I can go get a JUCO kid that's been in a program. He's a lot more mature, body a lot more mature. I'd rather take that kid than gamble on, a high school kid. And I agree with PG all day. And I was going to say the same thing. It's going to kill the high school kid even more. You know what I'm saying?
Don't kill it. It's going to kill it.
I could take an older kid that's working on his skill set at a high level JUCO, been in a weight program, a lot more mature, not going to get homesick and just ready to jump in the portal or whatever.
It's a new G League.
Yeah, definitely.
It's a new G League. That's just a developmental. Junior college is now a developmental league.
It's going to kill prep school kids too. Why go to prep now? I can just go to JUCO.
Why go prep?
Yeah,
it ain't traditional JUCO no more where you go cause of grades. You can be a honor student and still go to JUCO because it just makes sense because now you get 2 free years. Happy holiday, Coach Patton. Congrats to your little man on signing.
So they approved. It's approved. It's official.
Yeah, it's official.
It's still gonna be some. I think it's gonna be more court rulings and stuff.
I mean, I think people are gonna fight it, but right now it's official. But some people are gonna fight it because, Coach, you got JUCO, but then JUCO is still JUCO now. So it ain't no picnic going to no JUCO. So you going to play ball, but you gotta still live there, and you still gotta,
you still gotta produce.
You gotta go in. It ain't no fairy tale them JUCOs now. So can you handle that for 2 years of how things are at JUCO as opposed to, you know what I'm saying, how it is at a traditional school. Um, I mean, that's essentially what's going to have to happen is them kids going to have to go straight JUCO, but now JUCO becomes much more competitive, right?
I think so.
Because it ain't just JUCO is not just the last ditch effort. It ain't the last resort now. For some kids, a lot of these kids that's not 5-star, it's gonna be their first choice. You would almost be a fool not to go have 2-3 years to get better, to get noticed, get in the portal, to be in line for NIL money, like Coach said. You'd be a fool not to do that, right?
Mm-hmm.
It'd be a fool to go to if you think you D1, if you think you Power 5, you'd be a fool to go D2. No disrespect to D2, and lose some years where you can go to JUCO and save them and still go D1. That it's like NIL, the portal, JUCO. It seems like they forgotten about, or they just don't care about the high school kid no more, Coach. What is it saying as a high school kid now that you with the portal and now with JUCO, you really have no choice. I mean, you really have no chance. If you're if you're not a top 20, top 50 kid, do you really have a shot now?
It's devalued it, Coach. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't be as choosy as you used to be. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like you say, you can get older kids that can do the same thing that you're doing. And then also, Coach, what I looked at, it's cheaper on the program to bring in like a grad transfer, right? Because I only got to pay like $10,000 for him for his tuition and all that other stuff, instead of bringing in a high school kid where I got room, board. You know, it's costing me double that, 20 to 25 grand to pay for that high school kid, and only costing me 10 grand to bring in, a grad transfer.
I just look at it like you're essentially killing the high school game. And I don't know if that's people, I don't know if that's their intent, but that's definitely going to be, in my opinion, I could be wrong, but I was about to say, Coach Higgins, and so now I could not use 2 years, and then I go in and I could essentially red shirt, so I could be 7 years in. So I'm 24, 25 years old as a senior, conceivably, in college, when I should be 3-4 years in the league or working somewhere, right? I mean, you done shifted the whole landscape has changed. I mean, it's still who you know at the end of the day, Mike. I agree with that. But it just seems like they just high school athletics. So now, if I'm a high school coach, what is my pitch essentially to you, Billy D? What's my pitch to you? If I'm trying to get you, what am I selling? Like, I can't sell the high school experience. These kids don't necessarily. If you ain't playing for a state championship, what is my draw now as a high school coach? In my heart, I go out to the high school coach. I posted something just kind of being funny earlier about the ride home. The ride in the home, and the coach in the car is, you can't never outcoach that coach in the car, right? But what is it now? Where do you go? Where do you like the song? Where do you go from here? Where do you go with the new landscape?
Coach, that's a tough question for me. For one, I'm always be about my kids and making sure that they're prepared for life after high school, and being a good person, giving them a certain skill set. But my selling pitch is investing in people and making sure that I bring the most out of those people. But also, I know I have built a good network where I can call at the next level, like, hey, you know what I'm saying, I got somebody that can help you. You know what I'm saying? Can we come to a workout, or let me get them in front of you so they'll have an opportunity? You know what I'm saying? So it's important for us as coaches to build that network so you can get your kids in front of people for them to have the opportunity. Like, we can't give out the scholarship, but the people that we know can. And only thing that we really can do is just put those on kids in front of those people. And we're fortunate, especially being at Winter Haven with the girls. People are just, especially JUCOs, will take our kids just because they're from Winter Haven. So
Okay.
your program still speaks volumes for you.
It's okay. So Winter Haven, check. But just say for Polk Hoops, we cover what, 30 teams? If you count 30, 31 teams, whatever, 32 we count Ridgeview. So we got one team off the board. What about team, STEAM Academy? Because we want to make sure we stay on the right side of things. If I'm at the STEAM Academy, okay, you're at Winter Haven, that's a done deal.
Where else get the name from, man? Where's STEAM Academy come from?
Because, man, we try not to offend any schools or any people, man. So STEAM Academy, we feel like we're safe and we say STEAM Academy because apparently we.
So which one of y'all just came up? Which one of y'all just came up with that name?
It came in the comments one show.
Yeah, we was trying to find a name to not be, not hurt nobody and be oppressive, to anybody. So we
Yeah, it was.
Man, I'm calling them out. I'm calling them out.
Miss Shaw, nobody want to see him, but that's what's meant to be the reality. We're going to have a bunch of pros playing college ball. 25 years old, should be 2-3 years in the league. Gonna be
That's a new wave already. That's old.
Definitely. But just think about that. Like, these kids will make more in NIL than they will in pros. Or maybe they don't make the pros. So what they're doing is trying to bank all that NIL money, make as much as they can. And they know they probably won't play again.
Hey, look, a 25-year-old that's not in the NBA is more coachable than an 18-year-old who think they should be in the league and be begging for money. You see how these kids are acting now with this decommitting and last minute? I would not want to coach out these kids with the way they moving.
So would you prefer if you're a college coach to be dealing with a 25-year-old kid in college than an 18-year-old? You okay? So you think college coach is okay with this? It's just
they loving it.
Coach, They're not kids. They're not
thinking. They loving it.
You know what I'm saying? At 25, is their parents still, in their ears saying that you should take this many shots and you should be the man, or you should be this and you should be that? You're dealing with an adult that's way more mature.
Look at UConn. Last 2 years, they've been older. They've been an old team.
They've been old.
And they back-to-back national championships. It's the new wave, bro. I'm taking a 25-year-old any day before an 18-year-old that think he should be in the NBA or looking to get $7 million. And he only deserves $50,000.
That's a good point. But that's oh man, that's a tough scenario, man. So the shift has begun, and that's gonna have a big ripple effect as to how you even do high school. I think, and how you do high school in some cases, because are you like you said, Coach? 10 JUCO coaches. How many JUCO? That's part of the interview process now. How many JUCO coaches you know? I don't know any. Well, they wouldn't even know 7, so that's where I'm going at. Breaking news after a long talk with my coach, and and considering this. Thank you for all you done did. You know what I'm saying? Then you get the post, you get the flyer in. Now this is where we gonna be spending our next year at. You get that announcement. That's what it's gonna be. The shift is that's crazy. So, well, man, we got a couple shout outs this week, man. First, we want to shout out Joy Christian Prep. Went out to Las Vegas and won the Tarkanian Classic. Shout out to the Arbondale Bloodhounds winning the Battle of the Island tournament at Fleming Island. And I also, man, want to say shout out to the PG and TBS, and had a great national news happen for them this week. PG, I don't know if you want to kind of speak on it, but shout out to TBS for some recognition that they're going to be able to do. They're going to be doing next year in 2025. Is he on? He
stepped away. Yeah, he talked to me about that too.
Yeah, man. I let him talk more about it, but TBS got chosen to perform for Step Africa, national, very prestigious, very famous organization. They do a thing every year in Washington D.C. And out of 70 teams that was considered, 8 was selected, and TBS was one of them. And I know the PG is heavily involved in this girl, so we do a great job with. So shout out to them and congratulations to them. Also the JCP, also the Armendale. And moving into our teams of the week, because we got 3 of them. Armendale, first of all, for winning their tournament. JCP, and then also Avon Park. Coach Avon Park is still winning. Still, they best start in 10 years, Coach. I mean, it's best start in 10 years, Coach. Now, it's going to pick up after Christmas, but right now, it is what it is. They're 9-1, Coach. They're 9-1. So those are our 3 teams of the week. And for its players of the week, Coach, we got 7 guys that we're going to recognize. We got 2 from Haines City, Cole Williams and Eddie Hippolyte. Cole Williams, they both made the all-shootout team at the celebration tournament over the weekend. Cole Williams hit the game winner, matter of fact, over East Lake. We had 3 young men from Armendale, Aiden Curry and Jaden Lindsay made all tourney at the Battle of the Fleming, Battle of the Island tournament, and Derek Ramirez was the MVP as Armendale. Armendale got a nice little run too. They won 6 in a row. And then up in Tennessee, I know, Coach, we got 2 guys that were recognized. Like Gavin Hall had a great tournament up there for Winter Haven, and Troy Boswell went up there and absolutely destroyed people in the mountains. Set the tournament tournament scoring record, the single game scoring record, won the slam dunk competition. We had 35, 39, and 40. So major shout out to Troy going up there and handling business. So those are our honor roll guys, and Coach, out those guys, who you got for player of the week?
No question, Troy Boswell, Coach.
Is it even
It's not even up for debate.
I apologize, y'all. The weather got me, but we must move on.
This the easiest one, because it's not even up for debate.
This ain't even a discussion. Are we surprised?
34, 35, and 39, and winning
35, 39, and 40.
And 40.
And they were double doubles too. It's like the 39 was 39 and 14, the 40 was 40 and 12, and the 35 was 35 and 16.
So this has been the easiest one.
He was an absolute monster. Yeah, Mama Boswell still correcting me. The whole year later. You know how you be typing early, Coach. I be trying to get the stuff out because, people be wanting to see the stuff, and before I start. So I said 46 instead of 64.
Uh-huh.
Most people, when we post scores, especially if they put that sauce in somebody, they okay with a bigger margin. She corrected me with the scoreboard. It's 64, not 46. So,
I seen Quentin Mama get you too.
Yeah, Quentin Mama got me. All I did was cut and paste. But yeah, Troy Boswell, man, that's like it's easy. You know what they say, so easy a caveman can do it. That one,
so that's a slam dunk.
Yeah, that was very easy. So shout out to Troy, man. And you want to say something about him. Everybody do what they want to do, right? Everybody got a reason to do what they want to do. But he stayed, he finished the deal, he finished the race. And you gotta tip your hat and respect them.
Get on, fella.
Yes, we got you. Yeah, you gotta go. We got you. All right. You gotta respect the fact that he decided to stay. He could have left. His talent obviously could have got him somewhere else, but he decided to stay. Thank God that Winter Haven got back home safe. Guys got up there and got back safe. So glad to hear that. But he just working, Coach. He working and he finishing the deal. So major shout out to him. You got to figure that. You say what you want, Coach. If it ain't how you start, right? It's how you finish. If you get, if they can get, they got him, they got the Gavin Hall kid, and they got the freshman Jordan, the Phillips kid who playing good. So you got three guys to work around. If you can finagle a couple more guys in that district, in that region they in, coach, it's not out of the realm that they can't make a run. You know what I'm saying?
No.
Like it's not like it's no bosses in that region.
No, they definitely can win. It's a winnable district. The region is winnable. I know Sarasota's in that district, and they're pretty good. So they still can pinch somebody in there because you can't overlook them. Yeah. And then, like with Troy has the experience of being on those Final Four teams, you know. And right now, it looks like he's found what he needs to do in order to carry them. Like, hey, you know, I can get my teammates involved, and I can put them on my back, you know, at the same time. So that's, like I said, kudos to him. He's been working, coach. I seen him. I seen where he started at, and coach. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That kid has worked his behind off to get to this point.
And the thing, coach, like I say, is it's where the season really start now, right? Because now you're getting into district play. You kind of done got used to your guys or whatnot. I mean, and if you look at the regions, coach, like I say, if we look at teams that got the most favorable regions, I would say Winter Haven, I would say Avon Park, I would say Santa Fe, and I would say Victory got the most favorable regions. They got the most favorable regions. So and so now you got a situation where you got a guy that can get you 20 and 10 a night. And in Polk County, that means something, right?
It does.
And then you got a kid, the Hall kid can get you double digits, and the Phillips kid can get you double digits. So you play good enough deep. If you get a good enough strategy, coach, you can find yourself in a good situation. Because do we really have many teams that got three options? Just keeping it real. I mean, we got some, but we probably can put them on one hand, right?
Definitely one hand.
Yeah, so they in a situation where they got something that other people don't got. And at the end of the day, like you said, they got experience. They got experience with him, and the Hall kid been around too.
He has.
So you got two guys that have been there, and you don't want to count Woodside. I know he hear it, he reading it, he hearing it, he hearing out, you know, the jokes and all that stuff. And so, but shout out to Troy. Troy is the Polk Hoops Player of the Week, sponsored by Filling the Lane. So we'll make sure that we get Coach Woodside the information, Filling the Lane, so they can reach out to you and make sure Troy get his stuff. And so, shout out to Troy and the Blue Devils and Mama Boswell, #1 team in Polk County. So, top 10, Coach. I know. We come to the time. We come to the time of the show where we do the top 10. And I will tell y'all that this top 10 been the longest one all year. This took a while to finagle.
Make I don't sure know. We get their record too.
Still don't know if we got it right. So we're gonna start with 10 to 1. We're gonna go 10 to 1. And then we'll post the whole 25 tomorrow, as we always do. So at 10 with a record of 5-5, Lake Wells. At 9 with a record of 7-5, Haines City. At 8 with a record of 5-4, Ridge. At 7 with a record of 5-5, Santa Fe. 6 dropped a couple spots, record of 9-3, Bartow. At 5, fresh off their battle of the Islands Championship, at 10-3, Arbondale. At 4, fresh off their Tarkanian Classic Championship, JCP at 6-2. At 3, 9-2, Discovery. At 2, 9-1, Avon Park, and then holding still at #1 is Victory at 8-1. Whew. Coach, what we thinking, sir?
Coach, I never thought I'd see the day. And Mike, you are so correct about strength of schedule. Um, I mean, kudos to those teams. Coach mentioned Avon Park earlier, and it's got to be a bright spot for them for the start that they are off to. Kudos to their coaching staff. Kudos to those kids. But their strength of schedule is negative 4.4, coach. You know what I'm saying? In order to get that respect, especially when it comes from me and the PG, you're gonna have to beat somebody that's credible. You know what I'm saying?
I
So
talked to one of the coaches, and I don't know how they set this schedule up, coach, but they got like 8 away games in a row after the break, and 2 of those away games is at Discovery and at Bartow. So I say it'll work itself out.
Yeah, it's gonna work itself out. You know
But
what I'm saying? So
right now, they got some guys down there, coach. They got some nice pieces.
like I said, it's a good thing. It's improvement from where they've been. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not all in with that right now. I'm just not. But
Are you all in? Are you buying or selling anybody in the county right now? Are you buying anybody or are you selling everybody? If we talking stocks in the market, how is the stock market for Polk County right now?
I would buy Victory. I buy Bartow. And those are the for sure buys that I would have. I think when Lakeland gets healthy, they will play at a high level. Um, Santa Fe is going through a rough patch, but their region is favorable. He just got to get it together by February.
Yeah.
But right now, it's really Bartow and Victory that I can have confidence in buying. You know what I'm saying? But Bartow, they just went out and they realized that they have more work to do. You know what I'm saying? That's the reason why you go out of state. You know what I'm saying? Just to see where you're at. But at the same time, night in, night out, these teams are gonna compete. It's just, coach, I don't know what a parity is. And I really got to give a shout out to Coach E and his Auburndale squad. Like, a lot of people don't want to talk about them, but I think Coach E, with some players that he has lost the last couple of years, I think he's doing a really good job with his team so far. And I'm gonna give Coach E his flowers with where his season is at. I just hope he continue that through the break and he finishes strong.
And PC Gridiron said something when I posted the score yesterday. You know that Bartow took a couple of tough L's up in got some sausage put in them up in Alabama, right?
Mm-hmm.
He was just like, it's truly an indication of how bad basketball is in Polk County for them to go and get beat like that in Alabama. Do you kind of agree with that statement?
Yeah, Coach, but y'all know I've been saying the county was going to be down this year, and it is down. I mean, it is what it is. We ain't trying to hate, but the proof is in the pudding, Coach. Is look at the numbers. Look at overall when we go outside of the county, what our record looks like. You know what I'm saying? It's like, give us something to get behind. When you leave here, you know what I'm saying? You gotta beat people. I mean, it's okay to compete, but eventually you gotta come out with a W. And it's not many have went outside the county and done that.
Yeah. And to that point, since it is Christmas time, it is Christmas holiday tournaments this week. And Coach, I know how you feel. Everybody's not playing. Some people are playing. Some people are not playing. It's your. I know. I know, Coach. So we get another chance to go outside the county, is my point, and see how we do. And so we got. I'm just going some of the games. We got Winter Haven well, we'll start with on Thursday, because Monday nobody's playing. Tuesday, obviously Christmas is Wednesday. So Thursday looks like people that's going to play start playing. So Lakeland has a Christmas tournament. Looks like I see where Kathleen's going to be playing Lake Howell. Jenkins plays Tallahassee Rickards. Discovery is playing Olympia. Lake Regis playing Brandon Academy. That's on Thursday. Also, Victory is playing Seminole in the Holiday Hoops. Santa Fe's playing Berkeley Prep over at the Battle of the Villages. Friday, we got a lot of teams playing on Friday. Bartow will be in Georgia. They're playing the Peachtree Corners tournament against Norcross. Norcross is a very good team in Georgia, so that'll be a good test for Bartow. Ridge is playing Cardinal Gibbons down in Bishop Barrow. Woodhaven is at the Kingdom of the Sun. They playing Notre Dame. Notre Dame from Connecticut, 9:30 in the morning. Santa Fe is also Sebring is going to be in Tennessee playing the team. They playing the home team, Cleveland, Tennessee. I always, Coach, when you go to a team tournament and you out of town and they schedule you with the home team, what do you think that? What you think that's they're trying to say?
Because you're a duck. You know what I'm saying? The home team, they're gonna always give them the easiest path to get to the championship game. And so, if you got them first, believe me, they don't look at your strength of schedule and who you done played, and they think you're a duck.
Bartow got Norcross, which is the home school, on Friday, and Sebring got Cleveland, Tennessee in Tennessee on Friday. That's what stuck out to me at first. Like, man, they gave the people the home team, and it's the 8:00 game, so it's a showcase game too. Yeah,
but it will say a lot if you can go up there and beat those people in prime time. Shout out to Mr. Riley, man. I seen Mr. Riley at the Bartow Lake Wells game the other night. Shout out to one of our
Mr. Riley. Man. We love Mr. Riley, man. Mr. Riley ain't nobody gonna say nothing bad about Mr. Riley. So.
No, man. I told him, man, we know who you are, and you one of our biggest supporters, and we appreciate you.
So Coach, why we okay, it's the holidays, right? So you got some coaches we ain't playing on this holidays, gonna be with your family. But basketball is the one sport where that doesn't apply, right? You gotta play.
Coach, that should be the expectation. Like when you have your parent meeting, you should let them know what the expectations are. You know what I'm saying? After Thanksgiving, you should be playing. Christmas, we're gonna be playing. That should just be the expectation. I don't see how you can't play and play at a high level. You know what I'm saying? If you set that expectation and you let your parents know, like, hey, this is what we do, and if they have an issue for that, then you need to let them know that this is not the program for you. You know what I'm saying? In order to accomplish state championship goals, this is what it takes. And like I said, I love people to get out there and play because we get too familiar with each other, playing each other in the county. First of all, we beat up on each other. Second, we know what each other does. You know what I'm saying? Let's get out against and play against different people so everybody don't know what we're going to do every night. You know what I'm saying? Let's see how our stuff works against, everybody else that's out there. And then I can find out what I need to do to tweak it, what coaching strategies I need to change, and maybe I pick up something playing against somebody. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking to that coach after the game. Hey, coach, I seen you ran this baseline out of bounds set. Can you mind sitting down with me for a little bit? You know what I'm saying? Or this, offensive set, or what is your defensive philosophy out of your zone or whatever. And many of them will sit down and talk to you. We're not going to see each other anymore in the playoffs or something. So why not try to get better even during the season?
So if you're not playing in Christmas, you're not serious about the playoffs?
No, coach. Please, I would love to know who's not playing during this time and actually make the playoffs. If a team makes the playoffs that didn't play through Christmas, they in the esteemed district.
in the steam region, huh?
Yeah, that's the district.
That would be interesting, coach, to do it. I may do that just to, since it's the break. how many teams that have went to the playoffs in the last, I'd say 5 years, didn't play a Christmas tournament in a Christmas tournament? That'd be interesting.
It'd probably be one, Coach. Off the top of my head, I can think of one, and that's it.
Yeah, I mean that's the average probably not too high, right?
Mm-hmm.
But because if you're not playing games, some people just say they take that time to just practice and work on stuff,
and that's fine. You know what I'm saying? But how many are actually doing that?
I would say, are you practicing? So if you're not playing games, then if you use this as a skill development time, to get your sets in and
Coach,
catch
half
up with
of
stuff.
them
If you got
can't
football
because their
guys,
families, the kids' family taking vacation, going on cruises and stuff.
That's what I'm saying. If okay, I ain't playing, but we in the gym, we working on drills, we working on sets, we getting guys, we getting the guys that's been playing football caught up with stuff. So that's why we didn't go. Okay, but like you said, if we just
when I had my kids at Lake Wells, they knew Christmas morning, they meet me in the gym. You know what I'm saying? They're like, Coach, we practicing on Christmas? Like, for one, you're not getting up early no more, trying to run up under the Christmas tree. You know what I'm saying? Those days are over. So why not get this work in? You know what I'm saying? They knew what the expectation was. Christmas morning, I'll see you bright and early so I can get you back home to your family. You know what I'm
saying? The parents was fine.
I ain't getting no pushback, Coach. And they was there bright and early.
That's the thing, Mike. I mean, guys, so is it just as much the coach saying they ain't doing it as the kids? Because the kids would be, if you tell the kids to be there, that's what you say, Coach. You tell the kids to be there, they're going to be there. So it's really the grown-ups that's saying, nah, we not doing it.
It is.
So then you can't really get mad when you're not having the success, or you can't get mad at somebody else's success who is in the gym and playing. Because that's what sometimes happens too. We start feeling some kind of way about the same certain team. Because we haven't heard it in a while, but it used to be a thing where we had favorites on here. We had favorites. Oh man, we cover everybody in the county. We got favorites. No, we talk about the people who continue to have stuff to talk about. Like if they winning games, they winning tournaments, they rank, then they're going to be in the conversation because of their body of work. If you sit home chilling, there's nothing to talk about. You're not giving you don't have any. There's nothing to talk about. So why talk about it? So don't come for us saying we playing favorites. No, we are talking about the news and the relevance. We gonna still, shout you out because we gonna cover all Polk County. That's what we do. But don't get feeling some kind of way when one squad get a little more because the other squad is doing a little more.
And Coach, that it's not only teams; it's also individual too. You know what I'm saying? Like players get upset that they feel that they're not getting enough mentioning, but yet when your coach send your stats in, your name is never in there, or you might be in there once. You know what I'm saying? Like most of the kids that we talk about, they're consistently on the team stats. They're one of the leaders in one of those categories consistently, and those are the kids that we talk about. You know what I'm saying? If you in there once every 4 or 5 games when your coach send in stats, why should you be ranked? Or why should you be ranked higher than somebody else? Because you have more potential?
Or
potential get you beat.
Or coach, if your coach don't send those stats in, so we can't talk about what we don't know about. You don't send those stats in, you don't put nothing on Max Preps. You don't answer no text message or no inbox like, hey, Coach, how y'all did last night? What we supposed to do? Come on now. Coach Cohen is with Avon Park, Coach. So that he guess he done caught up with your strength of schedule comment from earlier.
That's
but
fine.
he keep it real though. Coach Cohen said, yeah, we got to play some people, and we're gonna play some people, coming up.
I definitely went and looked. I definitely went and looked. So
What we
Man,
talking
it's
about?
all good, but
Coach
Coach,
Riley?
I like what you're doing down there, though. I'm pretty sure the kids are excited. And it's easy to coach those kids when they have something to look forward to. But then I also seen a comment earlier about, people being young. Like, bro, this is high school. You know what I'm saying? Nobody cares that you're young or that you're old or that your players are hurt. There's no asterisk in the score saying like, oh, if we would have had such and such wasn't hurt, or if such and such, if we wasn't young, we didn't have freshmen and sophomores, blase blase. That's not what the state championship banner says. You know what I'm saying? That we were young or we didn't win because we were young. I mean, it's high school.
Coach,
Line it up and play. Find a way to win with them young kids.
Coach, you young. That's the beauty of it. You ain't got no. Somebody asked me the other day, what's the biggest thing you miss about? You wish, I forgot how they asked it. My answer was, if you could go back and be young, what would be the best thing about it? Read your text, Coach. And I think I said not paying bills. Because when you're young, Coach, I ain't got no bills. You eat off your family. You go play. You play.
Mm-hmm.
You go play. You make good grades. Stay out of trouble. Have fun. Laugh. Play video games. All you do is play. You playing basketball. You playing football. You just hooping. What they say, hooping. You just hooping. That's like, man, I trade being grown in a minute and not have to pay no bills. They ain't tell you that when you was young. I want to tell kids now, hey man, don't be in a rush to be grown. You know what I mean? I'm ready to be grown. Hey, don't be in a rush to be grown. You got all your life to be grown. Like these bills, once you start paying them, they don't go away. You got all your life to pay bills, be grown, enjoy being a kid. So if that means you in the gym, that means you on the field, that means you whatever you doing, man. I mean, but like you say, young is an excuse, and then young is also an accolade. I mean, because you can look at hey, Coach Jones, man, I'm just saying, they don't appreciate it, man. They don't appreciate the beauty of being young. So, but anyway, yeah, man. So we got some people that will be playing this week, and like once again, we'll post the stuff on the page. We'll post the teams of the week. Shout out again to Troy Boswell, Polk Player of the Week, sponsored by Filling the Lane. Shout out to JCP winning Tarkadian Classic. Shout out to Arbor winning the Battle of the Fleming Island Classic. Coach, anything on the girls? And I know y'all they went up. I know you didn't go, obvious reasons, but I know y'all went up north and kind of had a little bump in the road. But
Coach, man, I gotta tell you what happened. So we played a pretty good team. The first game we won, we lost against by Max Press. There was the number 12 team in the country. We lost against them on Saturday. Was up at the half. Didn't get it done in the second half. We end up losing by like 8 or 9. But like I said, number 12 team in the country. That's what we want. We want to play against high level competition in order to figure out where we're at and what we need to do to improve. Now, we're supposed to play tomorrow against a Thomasdale team out of Virginia, which they were a top team in the nation last year. Matter of fact, they beat us in the championship last year in this same tournament. Coach, how about them people told the tournament they wasn't going to play us?
What you
Them
mean?
people went home today, Coach.
What you mean they weren't going to play y'all? Like,
Coach, they said that their players said they are not playing Winter Haven, period. Saying something about some mental issues that they're going through. They're not playing us. Them people went home today, Coach.
So y'all just up there with nobody to play?
With no one to play. Matter of fact, the kids on their way home right now. Tournament had to apologize. Coach, this is a big fiasco. But you supposed to be a top team in Virginia. And
they left.
They left, Coach. They say they were not playing. Say four top kids said they're not playing against that team, and they went home today. I never seen that before in my life, ever.
I never heard that before.
Man, me and Johnny talked about 4 or 5 times this morning, trying to figure out this situation. I was like, can they just get us another opponent? We just need the game. We don't even really care who we play. But we couldn't get another opponent. So we were supposed to play tomorrow, but Johnny and the team on their way back right now. But we got a Christmas tournament at Dr. Phillips on the 26th. We start that, and then we go up to Atlanta for She Got Game after New Year's on the 2nd. We play the 3rd and the 4th. We play a team out of Missouri in
I cannot believe them people just
Coach. I know, man. I never seen that before. I never seen that before ever in my life. So we play Legacy early out of South Carolina, out of Greenville, South Carolina at She Got Game, and we play Link Academy, which they usually have a good boys team. I've seen them before on a national level out of Missouri.
That's crazy. I don't even know what to say to that.
Coach, me neither.
I don't know what to say. Wow. Hey, man. Well, we appreciate y'all, man. We know it's the holidays, man. Y'all, we hope that you got your last minute Christmas shopping out the way. And if you're not, pray for you tomorrow in them stores. Tomorrow and Tuesday, I guess. But Merry Christmas to y'all in advance from us at Polk. And everybody that's playing this week, man, good luck to y'all. And, of course, we will be keeping you up to date on everything on the page. That's what we do. Definitely. And we don't take it for granted, man. Once again, Coach, we appreciate you, man. We're still praying for you and Mondukes and Nep and everybody, man. And
last thing before we leave, man, shout out to Lake West High School, Coach Junior, the AD, Coach A. It was a really great ceremony and thing that y'all done for my brother and our family by retiring his number. That was an awesome, uplifting thing that my family needed. And again, I want to thank you guys for all your prayers and support. It has not gone unnoticed. Continue to pray for us and continue to love your loved ones while they're here. This is what the holidays are about, is to bring you together and make sure that you appreciate and be thankful and grateful for your loved ones around you. You know what I'm saying? I know I'm not the only one, but I'm going to use this platform right here to tell you to spread love, you know what I'm saying? And love the ones that are around you. If you got beef or situation with people, man, sometimes you don't get a chance to make that up. So please, 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 whatever you have to do, if you got to go up and apologize, just make that happen. Don't regret that you didn't settle whatever beef y'all had over something silly. That'll be my message for, going into the new year, Coach.
Man, to that point, Coach, and I can't, nothing else to be said after that, but it's a movie, Coach, I watched today called The Forge that's on Netflix. And it's a movie about, like, forgiveness and kind of what you just said, man. It's a very powerful movie. It's real good, man. So, but hey, we're gonna co-sign what Coach just said, and we're gonna end on that note, man. We appreciate y'all rocking with us. We do not take it for granted. Good luck to everybody this week that's playing, that's in the gyms. Merry Christmas to you all once again. Until next time, Polk Hoops, we out. Y'all be safe.